Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the HealthForce podcast. RamsdenEliteFitness.com. RamsdenEliteFitness.com. If you've listened to us since the beginning, or if you're somebody that has followed our material from the early days to where we are now, which is about a 3-year-old business, which, of course, is always still viewed as very young when you talk about business, we've been consistent in our messaging and our values, our goals, our principles. What we're looking to accomplish has remained consistent through the 3 years, and I'm very, very happy about that. And, the issue with business a lot of times, people will sell out. People will do things that are in their self-interest, self-serving. And I'm overall right now very, very happy with the product that we put out there. Mainly our in-home personal training. But we are expanding. We are expanding our operations. Ramsden Elite Fitness will be getting its first physical location, a brick and mortar facility. And I want to take some time to talk about this new expansion project, what it entails, who is it for. I want to be very specific in outlining our brand new R.E.F. fitness station. So since the very beginning, Ramsden Elite Fitness has stood for something more than just personal training. It's more than just exercise. It's even more than myself or the employees or anybody involved. It's an apparatus, It's a movement. And I've been fighting against a lot of the fitness industry norms right now that we're seeing, the trends, the fads. I want to stand up as a voice for reason, for common sense, for science, for research, for the facts. And the overarching message has really been there's no need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to fitness. There's no real need to reinvent the wheel. So a fat loss, routine or regimen, a muscle gaining regimen, strength and conditioning regimen, most of the principles that a good plan has, they're not cutting edge, quote unquote. They're not brand new or anything of that sort. These principles have already kind of been defined and studied through research and have shown to be effective. And in most cases, very effective if it's followed through all the way and if the instructor is competent to form the programming. Unfortunately, we're seeing this movement away from any sort of customized work. And the answer and the reason why is very simple. With the invention of the internet and smartphones and apps that we are now able to use, it's become very, very easy to streamline someone's fitness programming and be able to mass produce programs to send them out to multiple people. So in terms of like online personal training, or if you were to try to find a fitness program online or coaching online, a lot of it's already done. I don't think people understand that. So sometimes when you buy a plan from somebody, that plan could have been written a year ago, 2 years ago. It could have been written for somebody that's, the complete opposite spectrum of what your goals are. But they spit it out to you anyways. It's already done work. It's easy money with very, very little investment on the business's time. So we're getting away from customization. When you look at the other brick and mortar studios or fitness centers or facilities that pop up now, a lot of them are predicated around getting, 15, 20 people. And I've said before, I've even witnessed a class with 70 people in 1 hour class, the same class. That seems to be now the new gold standard for everybody. That seems to be what everybody's after. And again, it's pretty simple when you break it down by dollars and cents. You could charge every single person $3. $3. If you're packing 70 people in, the business is generating $210 an hour. You pay your trainer, and they usually pay you very measly, $20. Now as a business entity, you're making $190 per hour. You can take the same example and apply it to a class of 10. If you each charge them, $10 for 10 people, it's $100 an hour. You pay your trainer $10 or whatever, $20. You're making $80 an hour still. So that's why we're seeing, from the business angle, movement towards packing people like sardines into the same classroom. It's just very efficient for the business to operate, and it's very profitable. But I have major concerns with that in terms of efficiency on the client's output, the client results. Yeah, I get it's efficient for your business to run that way and it makes you a lot of money, but what does it do for the client? What if you're one of 70 people in that class? Number one, I couldn't even imagine being one of 70 people in some room, bumping into everybody, sweating everywhere, everybody's, touching it. Could you imagine that? But let's say you're in a class of 10 and there's one trainer and there's 10 of you and you're all doing the same workout, so obviously it's going to be hard for some people, it'll be easy for others. The trainer's going to work with the people on the outskirts, those that are super advanced and those that are super out of shape, to modify the workout for them, which means that if you're an average individual, if you're not necessarily that out of shape, but you're not that fit either, that means you get essentially zero attention in a class like this. So how much, how does this help you get your goals besides it just being a general exercise class? Right? Just a very generic, there's no real goals to it. And at Ramsey Fitness, we always talk about the one-on-one time. It's a professional and a client. Would you go to the doctor's office and spend your time split with 3 other patients in the room with the doctor? No. Do you like classroom to teacher ratios where the ratio is high? No, we want to get as much as we want to get as close to one-on-one attention for our child as possible in school. So let me ask you something. When it comes to these important things such as education or the doctor's office and disease and health, why do we pine and demand one-on-one attention? But then when it comes to group exercise or personal training, we're very quick to sacrifice our personal one-on-one time. We're very, very quick to sacrifice it. Why is that? And, maybe the con argument that comes to your mind is money. Money, right? Oh, well, it's more, it saves me money. I can go to 6 group classes, and that's 6 hours of activity versus 1 hour that I'd have to pay for a personal trainer. And, on one end, I get it. If you work at a fast food industry, or you, even in retail, and you're full-time, you're making enough to put bread on the table, to pay your bills, but there's not a lot left over. Look, I get it, okay? You're not going to be able to afford a personal trainer. You're not. But for the majority of working professionals, if you have a full-time job, let's say you went to school, you have a bachelor's degree, you come out, you get a job. I don't care if it's in finance, if it's, it could be an upper-class job, you could be a lawyer. You can run the gamut. But if you're one of those individuals that makes decent money, $50K a year and upwards, maybe you're a nurse, you make $60K, $70K, someone... What things are you spending your money on that you would not prioritize your health? Oftentimes when you search that, the answer usually doesn't make a lot of sense. You're still partying on the weekends. You're going out and you're going to the bar and you're dropping $30 a night. You're going out every weekend. You're spending money on recreational activities. You're going out and, whether it's 2 rounds of golf a week, you're spending money. You're spending money. But you don't have money for your health. And it's a question we all have to ask. We have to weigh our options. And I think for some people, they would rather party than get into shape. Fine. That's okay. That's your choice. But if you're somebody who's, putting away all this money for retirement, you're investing all your money, maybe you don't have a lot of bills, you don't have a lot of debt, and you're not spending, you're not going to the bars, you're not spending money on recreational activities, you're just kind of, sitting on your money. Here's the other thing. I wrote an article a while back about how we have a culture now where we want to invest in everything for the future. It's very, very big, right? We're invest in retirement accounts, invest in our portfolios, our mutual funds. Well, and those are good things. I'm not smack talking that, but there are individuals right now that are doing those sort of things, but not taking care of their health, and they won't live to see their investments pay off. It's morbid. I get it. Trust me. I know what you're saying. It's morbid. How can you talk like? It's the truth. We have people that are spilling their money into all these different accounts and saving up and trying to do the smart thing financially, but they're not taking care of their health. And by the time they turn 55, 60, they get type 2 diabetes, they have heart disease, they have a heart attack, they have a stroke, and they pass away. And I'm sick of seeing it because it's too much. Remember we've talked about the preventable causes of death with tobacco use number 1 and obesity number 2. It's so bad and it happens so often that we have to have a category of death called preventable death. And the number 2 cause of that preventable death is just being out of shape. Being unhealthy, which is something we all can control. And that's what we do. That's what personal trainers do. And I don't like to use the word personal trainer because it's been abused by the fitness industry and what everybody's doing now and all the nonsense going on, putting the propaganda out there about supplements and all these different magical drinks and all that. Look, they've kind of stolen the word personal trainer to an extent. I like the word fitness professional. I like the word fitness professional because that's what honest to God, a good, solid business, that's what they hire. They hire fitness professionals. People that work just like a doctor. That's how I view myself and our staff. I'm very, very hard on my employees in terms of the result that they're putting out there. So that's what personal training is about. It's not that you fail and then, okay, well now it's time to get a personal trainer. If I wasn't a personal trainer, this is to give you some perspective. Let's say I was in another industry, but I still have the knowledge that I have now. I would hire a personal trainer even if I was in the best shape of my life. Because there are still barriers that you have to work through with somebody. And on top of which, you're able to outsource part of your life so that you don't have to. Look, fitness is complicated. Do you want to be somebody that writes up all your own plans, that gets your own nutrition plan in order? You want to be by yourself on how to tackle different supplements. If you're like that, you're independent and you enjoy it, fine, got it. But for some people and most people, it's a chore, and that's why they fail. It's because they're not into this. They don't want to have to think about their own workouts and recording their exercises and their reps and the weight. They don't want to do all that. They just want to be able to show up, work out, and look good, right? And be healthy. And the thing I've learned as an entrepreneur is you want to outsource where you can to some other expert. Like, we have an accountant. I don't do my own accounting. I could sit there. I actually had to do it for our first 2.5 years. But I don't want to have to learn how to do all the complicated stuff. And you outsource, you hire, you pay somebody to do it. And that's the same thing with fitness. And I think fitness becomes one of those industries that people think, oh, I'll just go to the gym and I don't, that takes care of that. And it's a lot more complicated than that. So how does this tie into what we're going to be doing at the fitness station? How does this tie in? Well, the fitness station is going to be a strength and conditioning oriented workspace. Strength and conditioning oriented workspace. The primary client of ours for this institution is going to be an athlete from ages 8 to 18. So if you're a parent and your kid's getting into sports, and he's serious about it, and you're serious about it, and you want them to be the best athlete that they possibly can be, this is an option. Fitness Station becomes an option for you. If you're in high school now, and maybe you're somebody that's looking at college, you're competing with other individuals your age, your fellow peers for scholarships, you could use an extra boost, an extra push, increase some of your attributes, power, speed, throwing power, hand-eye coordination, etc. This is an option for you. If you're a quote-unquote elite athlete, if you're somebody that you know you're going to play in college, let me tell you something. Don't think because you can run through high school kids that it's going to be the same in college. College is a humbling experience. I've been in athletics practically my entire life. I've been in coaching. And I can't tell you how many athletes we see go on to play in college only to drop out a year or two later. It's very, very common. It's hard there. You don't get to skate by there. Start putting in the work now. Start getting serious. Start trying to plan for your competition now. Fitness Station becomes an option for you. Our last little segment of customers. So if you're not an athlete, if you're not ages 8 to 18, if you're not involved in sports, number one, it doesn't matter necessarily about if you're into sports or not. So if you have a kid that's between ages 8 to 18, they're out of shape, Fitness Station is still a great option for you. The training is just going to be based around athletics, but being able to increase these attributes for each individual is not going to harm them. I don't think anybody's ever suffered from becoming too explosive, too fast, or too coordinated. So, that's not something to shy away from. But even if you're not ages 8 to 18, we also offer adult services. So if you're 18 or older, maybe you are a college athlete already. Maybe you're somebody that's in their middle age and you're just out of shape. We have some programs for you too. And I think those individuals that especially played maybe high school sports, now they're a parent, now they're older, 40s, 50s, 30s, thinking back to their days and how fun it is and how they like to compete, well, this might be an option for you to not only get back into shape and become healthy, but to have some enjoyment with it. Because nothing is worse than an exercise program or a routine that is boring, that's not entertaining. You're not going to stick to it very long. The types of actual classes or services that we're going to offer to our clientele here are trademark programming. Our number one recommendation is one-on-one personal training. For those athletes aged 8 to 18, this is 100% customized strength and conditioning for the ultimate athlete. It can allow you to take your skills and these attributes to the next level, and you're going to have exclusive access to one of our fitness specialists, one of our strength and conditioning specialists for the entire block of your session, one-on-one. There's no sharing, no distractions, it's just progress. Each of our fitness specialists that are going to be in charge of the athlete is responsible to create their programming ahead of time. This isn't something that's just done off the top of their head that, today we'll do bench press. No. This is programmed. This is mapped out. There is a path. We are moving in a direction, and it's based upon your needs. If you're somebody that comes in, and let's say you want to increase your rotational power, you make great contact on the baseball, you're a good fielder, you can run the bases well, but you'd like a little more power. You'd like to be able to drive that ball into the gap for a double. You'd like to hit it over the fence. Well, then your program is going to be based around power and getting you to be explosive and really be able to turn on a ball and send it 10 rows up. Maybe you're somebody that's got all the power in the world, but you have a little too much body fat, and you're slow, and you're not fast, you're not quick. First baseman, I'm talking to you. then your program is going to be based around leaning out a little bit, keeping all your power, all of your strength, while becoming a little faster, a little more quick on your feet, and making you excel in other areas while keeping what you're really good at. And you won't accomplish this in some generic group class where there's 30 people running around. You're never going to get it. You'll never get the individual work. When a fitness specialist is working one-on-one with you, it's not just writing a plan and then standing there with you while you do it. They are literally observing you as you work out, taking notes of where your deficiencies are or where there's areas for improvement. They're able to log all your weights. They're able to tell you, okay, today we're doing this. Since last time we did that. Here, I think, there's an area for improvement in your rotator cuff. Let's make sure we shore that up. They're able to you have their full attention. They're not doing anything else. So these things are picked up that normally aren't picked up. So we have one-on-one personal training. It's all customized strength and conditioning for the athlete. We offer half-hour sessions for everybody. And then we also offer 60-minute sessions, but only if you're 16 years old or older. Only if you're 16 or older can you do 60 minutes of the personal training. We also have group training. Now, hold on, you just talked crap on group training, and now you're going to... Let me explain. Very, very different from what you're going to experience elsewhere. A group training, the reason I come up with this is when it comes to athletics and sports, there is a camaraderie factor. There's a competitive factor when there's multiple people working together. It's why when you have, look, I'm a football coach. When we have football practice, we don't all break off into groups of one and just play by ourselves. Okay? We break down into segments, and you're able to have competition among one another. You're able to push one another. You're able to build rapport with each other. That's not available in most generic body boot camp classes for middle-aged individuals, right? There's just not there's nothing. It's not as great of a factor. So our group training is described as a general physical preparedness class. 3 athletes working hard to push one another. They're going to build camaraderie, teamwork, further establish or build upon your work ethic, and it's a challenging session. It's not patty cake session. It's a tough workout. The main rule of this is to supplement an athlete's one-on-one sessions. Doesn't mean, obviously this is a sort of different beast, okay? It's not customized. If you want customized, you want full attention on yourself, you don't want to share personal training. This group training is a completely different set of goals. It's not the same. It's not to build an individual athlete up and to plow through all their plateaus. You can't just do group training and expect the results of a one-on-one sort of environment. But what we mean by general physical preparedness is, instead of coming in and having a custom plan worked out, we're able to still train for athletic attributes, but do so in a way where 3 athletes can all participate, and it's going to increase, in a general sense, their athleticism or their athletic ability, and increase across the board their attributes. Like we mentioned, it's a perfect supplement to some of the one-on-one work that you're going to do with the trainer, in order to not just come one day a week or something. This is a nice additive to still get into the gym and to have a consistent exercise routine. Now our adult services, okay? Adult services. So this is moving on from the athletes, okay? Moving on. I don't want the parents to think that you're doing enough by just having your kid go in there. Okay, he works out. I'll watch him sweat. Yay, I feel like I worked out too. No, hold up. No. If a parent wants one-on-one personal training, this is the spot for them. If you have fitness goals, if you feel like you're out of shape, no matter how much or how, if you're out of shape by just a little bit or if you're very out of shape, it doesn't matter. Everything, again, is customized. If it was a general class, yes, I'd be worried for you because you don't know what you're going to walk into. This is personal, customized. Start from scratch. We meet you where you start at. We're going to offer one-on-one adult sessions in the morning. Now, this is weekdays. We're going to offer them in the morning and throughout pretty much the day. It's going to be the same 100% customized programming that any child of yours receives or that another athlete receives. And you don't have to have a kid to be to come into the adult service program. The reason why we're starting it right now as a morning through the day till about 3 p.m. right now, the kids are going to be in school. The athletes get out 3:30 to 10. It's going to be too chaotic. It's going to be too busy to have a million people running around in there. The facility in which we are in also offers baseball lessons, so there's going to be a lot of commotion going on there, and this is just our policy at this time. So if you want to get a workout in before your work, if you're somebody that works at home, if you have a flexible schedule, if you can get in for 2 to 3 days, perfect. Now let's get into a little more about these classes and to how they differ from one another and what you should think about if you are looking at these. Okay. For an athlete, ages 8 to 18, for the one-on-one personal training, the 100% customized strength and conditioning work, 30 minutes, the 30-minute sessions, buy them in packs of 5 or 10, 5-pack, $250, 10-pack, $500. It's a flat rate. I don't do discounts. I don't like to offer this is it. We charge what this thing is worth. We look at the value that people are receiving, and I take it very serious. I'm not one of these guys that's going to put their service on Groupon and discount it all the way down to 5% of the value of what it is. So really the only difference when you're looking at what pack to buy is how often you're going to want to have to reload or how often you want to be billed for a package. If you're going to use more sessions, if you're going to do 2 or 3 a week, look at the 10-pack. If you're going to only do maybe 1 a week and supplement with some other work, the 5-pack will work for you. Now for the 60-minute class. The 60-minute one-on-one sessions, remember, you have to be 16, 17, or 18. The 5-pack is $400. The 10-pack is $800. So you see, when you break it down by hour, if you pay for a half hour, you're paying $50. The 60 minutes is $80. So if you're somebody that wants to do the 60 minutes as opposed to the 30, it's a great investment for you. The group training. Remember, the groups of 3. The general physical preparedness class breaks down as follows. They are all 30-minute classes. Essentially, you won't stop moving. 5-pack, $175. 10-pack, $350. So when you start thinking about, well, what would your plan look like? What do we recommend? A combination of one-on-one personal training and group training is going to give you the most bang for your buck and give you the most results. Someone could buy a 5-pack of the one-on-one personal training and a 10-pack of the group training and do 2-to-1 ratio where every week you do 1 session of personal training, 2 sessions of the group training, 3 days a week that you're in there. One of those sessions you're going to be working on all your individual needs, mapping out the future, where you can improve, what can be better. The general physical preparedness class, you're in there twice a week, working hard with your fellow teammates or fellow athletes, a little bit of competitiveness, building teamwork, helping each other up. And so a 5-pack and a 10-pack, right? A 5-pack of the personal training, a 10-pack of the group training, $600. It's going to get you 5 weeks of programming. So it's not even $600 a month. It's $600 for 5 weeks if you maintain that consistent schedule. The value that is in that is a fantastic amount of value. That's what we call a win-win scenario for everybody involved. Now the adults, I don't want to forget you guys. The pricing is the exact same for your one-on-one personal training as it is for athletes. Even though athletes may have more individual needs that need attention to, especially their sport that they play, the common injuries in that sport, the common deficiencies in the sport, looking at what position they play and trying to map their attributes to that position. Maybe you're somebody that's looking for general fitness as an adult. Your price remains the same. $5-pack, $250 for a half hour. 10-pack, $500. Ditto for the 60-minute classes. 5-pack, $400. 10-pack, $800. When you start thinking about adults are going to be very different. Instead of having to consider all those things for sports, we're going to talk medications. We're going to talk unique challenges, individualized work when it comes to food preparation, especially if you have a family, how that's going to map out, all your unique fitness needs in case you have injuries, etc. It's customized work. Say no to these generic workouts of 30 people. We don't need that. That's not, again, when we say don't reinvent the wheel, that's not going to deliver you to success. I don't care who you are as a trainer. I don't care if you're the best in the world. If you are a trainer taking care of 30 athletes and any of our fitness professionals, by the way, I do require have a college degree in exercise-related field. These aren't just some guys off the street we're bringing in. These guys are top-notch. Any one of my guys or females that we put up in one-on-one setting will outdo any person if they have to monitor 30 other individuals. No doubt about it. So if you think going to a big, massive class with no attention done to you is going to actually take you to the next level, I persuade you. Come look at what we're doing over here with one-on-one work, bringing it back. We're going old school, getting work done, getting goals accomplished. What about the nutrition side? What about how do I eat food? Well, you're in luck. Just as we do for our in-home clients, nutrition goes hand in hand with exercise. You cannot do one without the other. If a trainer fails to do that, they're setting everybody up for failure. You have to address the issue of food. Somebody could work out like a beast and go home and consume 6,000 calories and still gain weight or, not lose weight, etc. It needs to be addressed. All of our one-on-one personal training clients. So if you purchase a personal training one-on-one package, you will receive the nutritional programming to optimize your success. Unfortunately, if you only buy group class, the groups of 3, and participate there, at this time we're not able to offer nutritional programming just because of the scope of this thing. It'll be it's not up to the quality that I would like. It would be too hard to accomplish with groups of 3, and somebody that's paying for individualized one-on-one work almost deserves the exclusiveness that comes with nutritional programming in terms of the principles that individual should be using. I plan on doing workshops. I plan on doing speaking events at this facility and partner with the businesses that are there to present this information, to give people general guidelines. But in order to get down to optimization of someone's diet, well, we're only going to take care of the one-on-one personal training clients at this time. These clients are going to learn what composes a healthy diet, how to track and record their diet, what to change in order for their goals, making wise food selections, all of which is going to try to fit inside of their overall fitness programming. Finally, a point of note for the adults. Listen up now. Listen up for the adults. I have been thinking about offering some sort of group training for the adults, similar to how we offer it for the athletes. A group of 3. It's not going to be your, like everybody else class, where it's just general exercise. It's going to be athletic focused. It's going to be things like sprints, footwork drills, cone drills, pushing sleds, parachute runs, things that athletes would do. Things that athletes would do. It's going to be a way to unleash your inner athlete. Now, I'd consider doing it. The reason I not made my mind up yet is because I feel too many other people offer this little niche where they want to pack people in, and I don't want to fall into that trap, which is why I'm thinking about only doing groups of 3 of adults. And it's not just a generic class. I can't stand boot camps. I can't stand them. Can't stand them. It's like eating ramen noodles without having the flavor packet. It's just boring. There's nothing to it. Zero. This adult group class, if we decide to offer it, will be athletic focused. Athletic focused. Train like an athlete. So for those of you who used to play high school sports, college sports, the only way for this ball to get rolling on that is for us to hear about it. Please, our social media, Rams Elite Fitness, reach out to us. Go to the website, which we haven't got out yet, but we'll do right now. REFfitnessstation.com. That's REFfitnessstation.com. Hit the contact us page. Let us know you'd be interested in an adult class. And it gives an additional option for somebody, a more affordable option than just having the personal training available. And, the price, obviously hasn't been determined yet if this program even happens, but I can certainly understand sometimes it's hard for individuals to get in there for personal training on a consistent basis. So this would, again, it's twofold. It will give somebody who's serious about their health and fitness, but right now at their life, their point that they're in, they just can't afford personal training on a regular basis 2 or 3 times a week. So it gives them that outlet that maybe they come in still and talk with fellow adults their age and compete and have fun and really get each other up and have that camaraderie spirit. Or if you are taking personal training, maybe you can do one personal training a day a week and then do the group class once or twice as well, just like the athletes do. So we are considering that. Fran, how do we get in touch? What else is there to this? Well, we're almost there. And if you're on their website, REFfitnessstation.com, at the top, there's an About Us tab. You can read about myself and the staff that I will be bringing in to this location, as well as there's a scheduling tab at the top. Okay, once you contact us by phone or email, or on the website, there's a submit form. Once you contact us and you purchase a package, you are able to schedule yourself from our website. Technology is brilliant, and there's nothing better than instead of having to, only offer one class a day or something, and it might not fit your schedule, or for you to have to call in every time to schedule a session, you can simply click the scheduling tab on our website and literally self-book yourself into anything, whether it's a personal training class or the group training. The only exception right now is if you are somebody that does 60 minutes of personal training. You have to contact us directly because I want to make sure that you're taken care of in terms of the way that things are scheduled. Everything right now is 30-minute blocks, so obviously you take up 2 blocks. And we want to encourage that, obviously, but we also want you to be able to get the time that works for you, as well as make sure things run efficiently at the facility and that it's not becoming overly crowded or anything like that. Nothing like that. We're also going to have a gallery page where we're going to have photos come out. The equipment, once it arrives, we'll start posting photos there. The athletes that work out, we will post photos there. The address for the location, it will be 304 Warrendale Road. 304 Warrendale Road, Wexford PA 15090. Phone number 724-935-1001. The email address, R.E.F. Fitness Scheduling at gmail.com. R.E.F. Fitness Scheduling at gmail.com. Just shoot us an email over. Even if it's just for more information, I'd be happy to give you a phone call. Be happy to correspond with you with some emails, to send you some more material. No trouble at all. I'm very, very happy to do so. The hours of operation essentially are going to be from dusk till dawn, man. We're going to get after it. We're not somebody that wants to open up for 2 hours a day and then go home and sit on the couch, okay? We're going to be open as long as there are sessions, and we are looking right now from 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night, running sessions all day, every day, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m., 10 p.m. I'm happy to run sessions. So the last session obviously will be 9:30 p.m. at night, the last half-hour session. We're going to run group stuff every half hour for the athletes after school. So you can pick a time that fits you best. 3 kids per class, and then obviously personal training runs every half hour as well. It is not one trainer doing both of those. There'll be 2 trainers and myself. The person that gets personal training for that half-hour block is with an exclusive trainer. The other trainer that will be on site will be with the group of 3 working. And, of course, the person doing the personal training gets priority on all sort of machines and programming, so there'll be a lot of coordination on our side to make sure that happens. Obviously, with the personal training getting the custom work and the super attention from our staff. So again, I'd like to hear from you guys. I want to know about that adult class, whether people will be interested. It'll be fun. It'll be a blast. There's a facility with turf. If you played sports, that's going to be something that's going to be enjoyable and get you around other athletes or just other individuals that are interested in athletics. And I'm very much looking forward to having this thing roll out. This is going to be fantastic for the area. So if your age is 8 to 18, this is going to be the spot. It's going to be the spot. So reach out to us. Again, just the contact information one more time. Website, REFFitnessStation.com. Please go there. There's a lot of information there you can scroll through. There's a contact form on there on the Contact Us page. Submit whatever it is. Ask me a question. You can ask me what I had for dinner last night. That's fine. We're very, very responsive. We try to respond within 24 hours. So hit us up there. That email address again, REF Fitness Scheduling at gmail.com. REF Fitness Scheduling at gmail.com. Very excited to get this ball rolling, and I want to thank everybody who's been supportive of us on the podcast, whether you've been a client of ours since the beginning, whether you're a new client, whether you've done our e-coaching, whether you are in-home personal training client, whether you're somebody that just follows us on social media. The reason that we've had success is because of the support we receive. That's just the way the free market works. And if we were doing a bad job, we obviously wouldn't be able to take these next steps. So I'm very happy about the product that we're putting out there and very much looking forward to continuing that and to even further expand upon that and to reach more individuals and help them in more ways. And I just feel like we're very unique in terms of what we're doing right now. And I can't wait to get this thing started and get this place up. So be sure to check out those social media pages as well, Ramsley Fitness, and we're releasing new photos, new content on there. And once the page drops for R.E.F. Fitness Station, the social media pages, go over there and like those pages. They are not up yet. They are looking. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast and learning a little more about what we do here at Ramsley Fitness.